I'm Clinton Griffiths. Despite some great looking crops to start the year, corn and soybeans continue to see weaker prices as of late. Corn futures on Wednesday finally getting a little bounce after hitting contract lows. Ag Day's Michelle Rook joins me. Michelle, what's been pushing these prices lower lately?
Well, Clinton, the biggest factor that's pushed these corn back into contract lows is the market working in ideas of record U.S. corn yields, which could push ending stocks back over 2 billion bushels. Plus, Brazil's corn crop also looks like a record. But I asked market analysts if private estimates as high as 190 bushels per acre are realistic and what yield the market is currently trading. USDA was already projecting a record corn yield for 2025 at 181 bushels per acre and record production of 15.8 billion. But that was before ideal weather and a 7-year high in crop ratings this week.
We start July here, which is the most critical month weather-wise for the corn crop, 74% good to excellent according to USDA, highest that we've seen since 2018 for this time of year.
This time of year, crop ratings typically trend lower. That's been what normal is coming into from late June, going through July into early August. And what we've been seeing instead is crop ratings either holding steady, as is the case for soybeans, or even climbing like what we saw with corn last week.
Private firms are plugging this into their models, and many are raising corn yields, including StoneX, which is just under 187 bushels.
The yield estimates are rising, and so private forecasters are starting to increase those yields. And I think as we sit here in early July, it would be kind of a shock if we don't end up with a record yield.
With corn already hitting contract lows, what yield is the market trading?
I think the trade is trading a crop right now of 183 to 185 bushels per acre. That's not necessarily what the market has priced in yet, but I think that's what they're right now looking at.
Grady says one caveat is with the exception of Iowa, major corn producing states are far from perfect. Illinois is at only 68% good to excellent due to excessive moisture in the east and south.
We'll have to see. Can we blow off a record yield with the number 2 state not being ideal conditions? That's a question that'll be answered obviously when combines roll, but that would be my thing that would probably hold back my national estimate at the moment.
Also, years with higher corn acreage don't translate to record yields, and the increases came in the Northwestern Corn Belt and other fringe states.
When you look at the breakdown of where the acres were for corn, we did see from the March intentions, some of the big top producing states actually plant less corn, and we saw more of the corn acres get planted in the fringe areas. And a lot of these fringe areas that added corn have had weather issues of our own.
But until proven otherwise, the market is trading record yields, and it's not likely USDA will make any changes in the Friday WASDE.
It's extremely rare for them to raise the yield in the July report.
However, USDA could raise Brazil's corn production as private firms are projecting a record crop.
We have an office in Brasilia. It estimates the crop now over 140 million metric tons, and we had a private entity down there really put the crop at 150, which would be 20 million metric tons above USDA.
That's also above Brazil's record of 137 million tons, which has also been adding pressure to U.S. corn prices. I'm Michelle Rook reporting for Ag Day.